Here's one. What does this say?
His CD, The Tennessee Fire, is on a high place in that alternative hit parade. Record of the year, as some other journalists said. And so on and so on. It's more or less.
Yeah. Cool. What about that one?
What's that first paragraph say?
Jim James gets compared with the young Neil Young.
Wow.
Bruce Springsteen, Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys. The atmosphere, the playing and the songs call for adjectives as mysterious, full of passion and breathtaking.
Some of my favorite adjectives.
The young Neil Young was good.
Oh, yeah.
Cool, cool. Everything is great. I don't understand a word of it, but it's great. And you must come to Ahoy. You know Ahoy in Rotterdam? When you are in 1 or 2 years, you are in Ahoy. That's for 15,000 people, and everybody's going like, ah!
How we got to Holland? Well, I just got an email one day from Ben Camsma at the Paradiso, and he said that people were liking the album over here, and they wanted to bring us over for a little tour. So we talked for a while, and just came down to getting the tickets and getting on the plane, coming over. My Morning Jacket has existed probably like 8 or 9 years. Just started out as me playing songs acoustically. We've been together like this for about a year, a little less than a year.
And how many shows did you do before you arrived in Holland?
I'd say we've done somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 collectively as a band. Somewhere in that neighborhood.
Somebody's getting his spanking over at you.
Keep on spanking over there from the photo.
Music's my life. It's always been my dream. It's a thrill to get to come over here and do it for people. Because it's fun to do it in your hometown, but I'm a question mark here. You know, nobody knows my past, and that's a good thing.
That's what we need. We need our first beer. Yeah.
Sounds good.
You pronounce beard the same way, don't you? Just beard.
No, it's beer, man.
No signs I don't understand. It's just my job 5 days a week. A rocket man. Rocket man. It's gonna be a long, long time. Touchdown brings me back into fun. Not the man they say I am at all. No, no, no. I'm a rocket man. Rocket man, burning skis of hell.
The average day in Kentucky is I get up in the morning, drive out 64 east to my bagel store where I work with my friends. Everybody that works there is really cool. It's a real friendly atmosphere. I deliver bagels, I seed bagels, I sell bagels and cut bagels, and then I do dishes and leave. And then when the days my woman's in town, we just find each other and spend the rest of the day together and the night, and then it repeats. When she's not in town, I get off work and go home and write some songs and just play around. And here lately we've been moving, so I've been constantly moving stuff from one house to the next. But a typical day just consists of either work and then music, or work and girl and music. Bagels, sweet bagels. They're chewy and filling. Back where I come from, we have big bins full of bagels, you know?
Yeah?
We have spinach and cinnamon and raisin and plain wheat. What kind of bagels do y'all have?
Only sesame left.
Sesame? My favorite bagel is taking a honey wheat bagel, cutting it in half, putting eggs on it, and cheese and salt.
Yeah?
That's what I eat every morning for breakfast at the bagel shop. Eggs, cheese, and salt.
To pay your way and your homeboy's way, and sometimes your cousin's way. They don't ever have to pay, don't have no cars, hang around the stars, trying to hang around with stars. Like Badu, I'm gonna tell you true, you better show it through. You better call Tyrone. Tell him, come on, help me get your shit. Well, you better call Tyrone. But you can't use my phone.
So why did that Pleasureville stay?
Well, I mean, that's where my grandparents used to live. And when I was growing up, my parents would, you know, they had to work. You know, both of them work very hard still, you know. So they would drop me off with my grandparents, you know, and they would babysit me when I was younger.
How big's Pleasureville then?
Oh, very small.
Yeah?
Yeah, they got a bank, they got a pool hall, they got a gas station. They just got a new fish restaurant, but I mean, as far as like, you know, the people.
All the priorities.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
bar, a pool table,
Yeah.
a bank. Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound so bad.
What did your grandparents do?
Grandfather was a farmer, tobacco farmer, mostly.
At what age did you start picking tobacco?
Probably 5 or 6, something like that. Just pulling plants. I mean, anybody can pull plants, you know. I couldn't do much. But, you know, as I got older, they put me to work in other areas, you know. I hated every minute of it, but I did it, you know.
That's work.
That's right. That's why, you know, I prefer to play drums, you know, in a rock and roll band. What a life that would be, you know. Be nice. We don't get tour support from the label,
Right.
because they're just so small.
Right.
You know,
Well,
and
usually
they-
we don't really either. So.
Yeah, so that's what we're saying. You know, we like to do something like you guys do. You know, get in with a good booking agent, see if we couldn't get out there on the road a little bit in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
Did you approach him and say we need help, or did he see you guys, or how did that
I think
come
he
about?
saw us play or something
Yeah,
like that.
that helps.
Yeah, it definitely helps. Yeah, it would help if we played outside of Louisville until now, too. Yeah, that would probably help us out a lot. But well, we played Chicago. That's
Yeah,
right.
that's a great play. Where'd you play in Chicago?
Fireside Bowl.
Don't know
A
it.
really old bowling alley.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it was just really small. No publicity at all. None.
I know the feeling.
Nobody knew we were there.
I know the
It was
feeling.
just kind of like an excuse for an adventure, like Tom says. You know, we all pile in the Dodge Dart and just drive. You know, you make it up there, you make it back. It's a good deal.
Yeah.
You know.
I love Chicago. It's a great place to play.
Yeah, she was a young girl, about the age of 23. Somehow the Lord never smiled down upon her, so she flew out on a breeze. Said, I don't wanna feel a thing. I don't wanna feel a thing.
Modern stuff is just like they keep playing everything out over and over and over again, and it's like you've either got your rap and R&B artists who to me are just playing the same themes and the same beats, only the beats are getting weaker and weaker and the singing's getting weaker and weaker. It's almost like it's just a status symbol. It's like I don't see what distinguishes one act from another, because they're all doing the exact same thing. So, and the same with popular like top 40 rock and roll bands and stuff like that. It's like they're all doing such the same formula. Music seems like it just turned into a game. It's just like the guys in the office at the big record company went out and said, okay, there's 4 good-looking guys. We're going to give them some guitars and some drums and show them these songs we've got written out here. Our demographic shows that these songs are the best to sell for this period in time. So they give them to the bands, you know, and those bands are just pushed and pushed and pushed. And so many people, it doesn't really matter what they hear. They just hear it on the radio over and over and over again. It becomes ingrained in their mind and they buy it. If you're an artist that just likes music, there's also the indie scene, but lots of times people in the indie scene, especially in America, I don't know how it is over here, but they're really stuck up, really high on themselves, and don't like to let new people in or new ideas. They just like, they like what's there and they like what their friends do, no matter what it is, and that's it. And since they're the ones that have the money and the leverage and the labels, they put out all the zines, you know, and everybody picks up on that stuff more, you know, so you get more people buying it and more people going to the shows. I just think that music has turned away from music.